Tonight, 13 years after that infamous Stanley Cup Final between Boston and Vancouver, with both teams now at the top of the league, I, even as a Pens fan, was excited to watch this one. The Canucks were looking to secure a 13-game point streak for the first time since 2011-2012, an 8-game point streak on the road for the first time since 2010-2011, and Demko was looking to extend his streak to 10 for the franchise record. In other words, plenty for the Bruins to play spoiler to. And on top of it, during the All-Star break, you probably saw this clip of Swaymen getting hugs from the goalies. All of them except for one. Thatcher Demko left him hanging. And I figured he just didn't see him, but today Swaymen said this.
Yeah, he came up to me the next day and he's like, Sway, I'm so sorry about that. Yeah, he just didn't see, I guess, and I was laughing. It's like totally cool, but there's still love. He's a good guy, so.
Okay, so Swaymen cleared the air, but I'm not sure about the rest of the Bruins because this was a blowout. So let's get to it. Right out of the gate, Joshua breaks away, but Lauko, called for holding, put the Canucks on the power play early. And yet, in their own end, Canucks turn it over and Marchand in front scored just 32 seconds into the game with a shorty. Officially, the third fastest shorthanded goal in NHL history, just 3 seconds shy of the record. And by the way, Marchand now has 35 shorthanded goals in his career, top 10 all time. Kinda crazy. From there, we would get several early indications that this was a game with some extra feelings, both teams trying to prove that they're the kings of the league, and that was eventually met with both teams getting called as Marchand and Miller came together at the benches. Nothing too crazy, but a couple of roughing minors to go around. And really, it felt like the Bruins were just clearly the better team early, testing Demko early and often. And then Pastrnak was looking to get a little more offense, clearly, because he would get called for tripping to put the Canucks on the power play. And sure enough, it worked. They give it away, and it's Heinen breaking loose, comes down all alone, and scores. The second shorthanded goal of the period, as the Canucks just, what is happening? They have now given up 5 shorthanded goals in 6 games, 4 in 3 straight. Just not ideal. And as a lousy first for them came to an end, let's head over to the second. It's Zacha de Pasta. He shoots, and his stick explodes, but going from bad to worse for Vancouver, somehow it goes in. Off of Geeky, it's an odd one. A bouncing puck all over. Myers puts it into his own net, and it was 3-0. This time, just 34 seconds into the period. No time to blink, though, because immediately Van Riemsdyk to Zacha, and he scores. And it was 2 less than a minute into the second to make it 4-0. A great dish from Van Riemsdyk. A brutal night for Pettersson, who was on the ice for all 4 goals against. But the penalty kill was working so good, Lauko decides to try it again. And hey, while the Canucks couldn't get one to go themselves, good chance here, but Allmark snatches it up. At least they didn't give up another shorthanded. We'll call that progress. Then into the back half of the game now, and Garland with McAvoy, who says, "Found your stick, it's over there." I thought that was pretty good, led to a bit of a scrum. And for the rest of it, the Canucks did get a few good cracks at it, but they just could not get anything to go. Until Cole puts it on net, it's way in the air, and Holander scores. But it's immediately called off, as this one way in the air and way above the crossbar, as the Canucks, again, nothing. So with that said, after 40, the Bruins led by 4 comfortably, and that gets us over to the third and final frame, where, yeah, nothing too crazy. Allmark did make a few stops, but really, the Bruins just too much all around and iced the game, coming out of it with a shutout. And remember that score from Game 7 in 2011? I know it's a long time ago, but somehow almost makes it sting more for Canucks, I'd imagine, as the Bruins prove to be the kings of the NHL, at least at the moment, with a rematch coming up later this month. But yeah, that's about it for this one. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate it as always, and I will see you in the next one.